Tender and juicy pork roast meets brown rice in this risotto-style Asian delight. Our fried rice is so good, you'll never yearn for any other fried rice again. I've collected everything I'll need to make my pork fried rice. 1 pound of pork ribeye roast, 3 ribs of celery, 2 green onions, 1 yellow and 1 red sweet bell pepper, 1 yellow onion, bean sprouts, a collection of pre-measured liquid ingredients, Thai brown jasmine rice, a selection of knives, wire mesh strainer, bowls for cut ingredients, medium saucepan, and wok. Before I prepare the vegetables, I'll start my brown rice. Lately, this brand of Thai brown jasmine rice is the brown rice I've been cooking with. I'm not really a brown rice type of person. I actually prefer white rice and in very small amounts. But this brown rice is mild flavored, similar to white rice, and cooks more quickly than other brands of brown rice. Instead of the usual 45 minutes to 1 hour, this brown rice is ready in 20 to 30 minutes, just like white rice. I'm measuring 2 cups of rice into a small wire mesh strainer. After rinsing the rice thoroughly, I'm transferring my rice to my medium-sized saucepan. I have 4 cups of pre-measured water. I'll see if I need all the water. You'll notice that I'm dipping my fingers into the water. With my fingers resting on the top of the rice, the water should reach no farther than the first knuckle. The water level is just below my first finger joint. I'll need to add a little more water. This seems about right. This is one way to figure out if you have added the correct amount of water to cook your rice. I'll know if I added the correct amount of water once the rice has cooked. This medium saucepan requires a smaller heat source. After transferring the saucepan to the back burner, I'm starting my rice uncovered on high heat. While waiting until my rice water rises to a full boil, I'll turn my attention to the next task, assembling the liquid ingredients. I'm collecting all 6 ingredients. I don't want to leave any ingredient behind and forgotten. Each ingredient is essential to create the perfect flavor blend for my pork fried rice. 1/4 cup of oyster flavored sauce is first. I'm mixing my liquid ingredients together in my spouted measuring cup so that I can pour the mixture later. Any pourable and spouted small container will work for this purpose. Next, 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. Then, 2 tablespoons of mushroom-flavored dark soy sauce. 2 teaspoons of chili garlic sauce. 1½ tablespoons of rice vinegar. And 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Stirring creates a rich dark sauce that clings to the spoon. This sauce assembly has taken only minutes, but unwatched cooking pots tend to boil quickly. I must check to see if my rice water has boiled. A little more time is required. This rice water has not reached a boil. A collection of small bubbles and the water is just beginning to simmer. Within 3 minutes of organizing my prep space, my rice water reaches a boil. Time to reduce the heat to low and cover with a lid. I'll set my prepared sauce aside for now and concentrate on prepping the vegetable ingredients. If I cut all the vegetables first, I can use the same cutting board for the pork without worry of cross-contamination of the meat's potential bacteria with the fresh vegetables. This way, there's one less item to wash later. I'll choose the yellow onion first. After cutting off the stem and root ends, I make a slit with a paring knife through the first onion layer to remove both skin and the tougher first layer to reveal the mellower and tender inner layers. A collection bowl for discards keeps the prep area tidy. You can chop your onions any way you like, but I prefer a chef's knife to slice, then dice. Once prepared, into their own bowl they go. These onions are really fresh and juicy. Moving them off the cutting board has released the onion aroma. I'm holding my breath and trying not to breathe, but it's not helping at all. My eyes are stinging with tears. I'll need a moment to collect myself. Having a separate cutting board for onions might be a good idea. Slicing through the celery lengthwise, then lining them up and cutting through crosswise dices these celery ribs efficiently. Green onion is next. Once again, lengthwise cuts, line them up, cut crosswise. The sweet bell peppers are next. Slicing around the stem side of the pepper with a paring knife opens up the pepper, exposing the inner core, seeds, and pith. Continuing with the paring knife inside releases them for the discard bowl. I'll cut around the stem and discard it as well, leaving the cut pepper top for the cutting board. Cutting lengthwise once again, lining up the cut peppers and chopping crosswise saves cutting time. Remember that cut pepper top? After paring away the white pith and dicing, this remaining red pepper is added to the sweet red bell pepper collection bowl. Time to check on my simmering rice. It's been 12 minutes since the boiling rice was reduced to low. Package instructions for this rice calls for turning off the heat and allowing the rice to fluff up for 10 minutes. With this amount of water remaining, 10 minutes of non-heat standing time won't fully cook my rice. I'll continue the cooking process covered over low heat and continue with the vegetable preparation. Cut around the stem top side, release the core, seeds, pith, and stem to the discard bowl. Cut lengthwise, line up, dice, and collect. Now that the vegetables are ready, I'll set them aside for now and prepare the pork. I'm cutting this ribeye pork roast lengthwise too, and you'll see why shortly. Because this is a pork roast, you'll notice that cotton strings were secured in place to shape the meat. I won't need these strings because this pork roast will be sliced into pieces. I'll discard the strings. Just like with the vegetable prep, I'm lining up the cut lengthwise pieces of pork roast and slicing through to create large, roundly shaped pieces approximately 1 centimeter or 1/4 inch thick. After collecting the pork pieces, this cutting board goes directly in my sink for washing. After working with this pork, my hands need a good washing with soap as well. With everything prepared and ready, it's time to transfer meat and vegetables from the prep area to the cooking area, including the bag of pre-washed bean sprouts and my prepared sauce and cooking utensils. Having everything prepped and ready increases the pleasure of cooking and increases the possibility of achieving near perfection in wok cookery. Let's check the rice. almost ready. This brown rice usually takes about 30 minutes. It's been simmering for 40 minutes, but over very, very low heat. The rice needs a little more time. 5 minutes later, and the rice is ready. Fluffy, separate grains, and the water has been completely absorbed. Time to grab the wok for the final step, assembling these ingredients together to create the most luscious, gourmet-style Asian fried rice you'll ever enjoy. With my heat turned to medium, I'm adding 3 tablespoons of peanut oil to cover the bottom of my wok. Over medium-high heat with my oil shimmering, I'm adding onion and pork together, turning the pork to cook both sides, locking in the juicy pork flavor and keeping the meat moist and tender. Next, I'll add the celery, then the peppers. Having all the wok ingredients prepped and ready ensures success in wok cookery because the cooking is very fast and done quickly. Longer prep time, but fast cooking time. I'll cover this wok with a lid to steam the vegetables and ensure the pork is well cooked to the center of the meat. While maintaining medium-high heat, this takes only a minute or so. Wok cooking is very quick. Time to drizzle that luscious sauce over everything. The combination of these Asian ingredients creates the perfect flavor profile for my pork fried rice. Next, the bean sprouts. And salt, about 1½ teaspoons. The green onions and our cooked brown rice are next. And now we're ready to serve. Enjoy! Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and click the notifications bell to get all the latest under 300 calories recipes.